The downfall of Jojo Siwa. The real reason Jojo Siwa's rebrand failed. The end of Jojo Siwa. You guys do realize you're being played, right? From a bubbly child superstar who is covered in sparkles to a questionable self-titled bad girl who is also covered in sparkles. Jojo Siwa's rebrand was a huge success, and whether you like it or not, she's a genius. Now, whoa, hey, I can see you getting your little fingers ready to tell me I'm wrong, but please hear me out first, okay? And then you can fight me in the comments. Jojo Siwa's popularity started at the early age of just 9 on the controversial reality show Dance Moms. If you don't know what Dance Moms is, think of it like if Hell's Kitchen and The Next Step just had a baby. Abby Lee Miller being Gordon Ramsay, except Gordon is actually nice to kids, whereas Abby, well...
Do you know the order of the solos?
Jojo! Huh? Have you learned nothing?
Yeah, it's safe to say that she was one of Abby's least favorites. After spending 2 long years on the show, she decided to escape the beast that is Abby Lee Miller and leave. The now 11-year-old had built up quite a successful YouTube channel where her fans were just waiting for her next move. And lucky for them, her next move was to drop the greatest song of all time. Boomerang. It was a hit. Boomerang right now has over 1 billion views on YouTube. Nickelodeon swooped in and took JoJo under their wing, which, I mean, going from one traumatic environment to another must have been damaging, to say the least. But anyway, she became one of the biggest child stars in the world. Her face was on everything from Monopoly to ice cream, and do you want to know how many bows she sold? 80 million. 80 million, that's not profit, that is how many bows she sold. She built a multi-million-dollar empire for herself. This was all fine for a good few years until around the age of 18 when she found herself in quite a few scandals.
From TikTok, question for you. Do you think every liberal Democrat should take home a migrant to show their support for the open Jojo!
I don't know what language you just spoke!
Those most notably being her makeup products containing asbestos and defending people like James Charles and Colleen Ballinger. And if you don't know who those people are, you're very lucky, but they are not good people to defend. But her biggest scandal came right before her rebrand, when her and her mum Jessalyn decided to assemble and manage a dance group of kids called XOMG Pop, consisting of members between the ages of 8 to 14. It seemed that the pair decided to steal some notes out of Abby Lee Miller's teaching book because after a short run of success, most of the members quit and came out with some pretty hefty abuse allegations. In February of this year, Rolling Stone dropped a huge article about it, and it was not looking good for JoJo. As these allegations were starting to gain media attention, JoJo was on TikTok teasing her new rebrand. Coincidence? That's for you to decide. This is all alleged, okay? JoJo, please don't come for me for that. Also, why is she cosplaying as the creepy uncle that you avoid at the family function? Like, why did I think this was Jake Paul at first? At this point in her career, she was already starting to separate herself from this child persona. That's the whole reason why she created this kids group in the same market. Now with all these allegations coming to light, she also wants to separate herself from all the bad press and give them something else to talk about. Which is shitty, I know, but I'm strictly talking about this from a marketing standpoint, so in no way am I saying that this is the correct or morally right thing to do. So keep that in mind, please. Pretend I'm talking as the team behind JoJo. She knows that she needs to come out with something big, not only to shadow all of these allegations, but to also keep herself in the public eye. And the only way to drown out bad press is with wild press. I don't think anyone was prepared for what she actually came out looking like. Her bad girl look is just a her, but in the color black. Sparkles and all. After like a month of teasing, she finally comes out with her first song, Karma, which she talks about being a bad girl and doing some bad things. I don't know what those things are, but that's what she says. To promote this new bad girl era, she goes on press tours and podcasts, and that's where she starts saying some pretty wild stuff.
No one has made this dramatic of a change yet. I am the first in the generation. It is very scary, but someone's gotta do it.
But I'm sorry to break it to you guys, but this is all an act, and she knows exactly what she's doing. Jojo and her team never wanted her to lose her audience completely. They wanted her to evolve with her audience. Not only is Jojo older now, but also her fans are too. A lot of people have been laughing at the fact that she tried to have this like goth approach, but she just went from like a G-rated movie to a PG. But that's the point. She still has that Jojo flair, but she's just a bit more edgy now for her preteen fans. If she actually wanted to just release music where she says a bunch of swear words and actually dresses alternative, she would've. She's not an idiot. She was never trying to appeal to like 20-year-olds. She knows that wouldn't work. Even the music video is still just Jojo. She's just performing and dancing. Even the sexual parts are still super innocent, and I think that's done because they don't want her to be too edgy, where the parents don't want their kids consuming any of her content. A lot of people bring up the point that, oh, she would have been successful if she just did like a strip down and showed her real self with her hair out and like an acoustic guitar, like, who did it? When Lady Gaga, like the performer, changed to Jolene and released this like acoustic album. And that wouldn't work because, well, this is why.
You're still a traitor. Yeah, you're still a traitor.
She can't sing. She's an entertainer, a performer. She never was a singer. But even if she could sing, I don't think it would have worked if she went from one extreme character to then completely toned down. I don't think anyone would have actually been interested. And on top of that, what made her stand out on Dance Moms more than the other girls, in my opinion, was that she was this big, eccentric personality. That's just who she was as a person. She would always get in trouble for these little comments that she would make on the show.
Need to make a decision about JoJo or Miss USO. Is that really a costume?
You want to see a costume?
Do you hear that kid say that? I'm like, wow.
You see, that's where you cross the line. She's finished. Thank you.
Speaking of little comments, let's talk about some of the outlandish things that she's been saying whilst promoting her new bad girl era.
I want to start a new genre of music. And they said, what do you mean? And I said, well, it's called gay pop. Songs like Applause by Lady Gaga. It's the On My Own Miley Cyrus. Can't Be Tamed Miley Cyrus. Karma. It's that world of music.
Brother, this guy stinks!
Yeah, that really pissed a lot of people off, but she said it to piss you off. She knows she didn't invent gay pop. The way that she genuinely said that she wanted to create a new genre of music called gay pop, like it hasn't already been a thing, is beyond wild to me. Especially because she always talks about how she loves Elton John, David Bowie, and Queen. Like, come on. This comment just proves my point completely. And I can't believe that someone can comment that, but still not be able to see that this is just rage bait. She's a dancer, and she grew up in a space that is so heavily influenced by gay pop. Take it from me, I grew up as a dancer as well, and trust me when I say she knows what gay pop is. She's even done dances dedicated to Elton John and Freddie Mercury. It's just, she's been in the public eye for so long that she knows exactly what to say to get attention. And it obviously worked. She got people talking about her. It's also why you see so many rage bait videos with millions and millions of likes and comments. It's because people love to be annoyed at things. They love to comment and give their own opinion. Now, don't get me wrong, you can't have this type of persona without having a touch of narcissism. I mean, you have to love yourself a little bit, and it's pretty clear that Jojo definitely loves herself. Maybe a bit more than a little bit. It's definitely exaggerated to try and get attention, but I just know her team are behind her, just encouraging her to create as much buzz as possible, because it seems that every time a microphone is shoved in her face, a viral clip comes out of it.
Dream guest on my podcast? Oh my gosh. I mean, honestly, let's spice things up. One of my exes. Oh?
And I'm sorry, but you can't say that having a viral clip every time you make a public appearance isn't smart, because it is. It's genius marketing. Oh, and that little karma dance that everyone's been talking about? Yeah, again, it's just marketing. It was created to be wild and to make a statement. Jojo is a good dancer. Is everyone just forgetting that she was on a TV show for dancing? I don't think they intended the dance to be that much of a meme, but it was definitely supposed to garner some attention, which it did very, very, very well. And it did so well, in fact, that right before her new song dropped, she created another dance. It's the same goofy style, and it has this similar, like, wacky, strange movements that made the other the dance go so viral. She's now aware of this formula, and again, it worked. Just look at these numbers. And I think this is one of the biggest showcases of how her and her team know exactly what she's doing. Celebrities have done this type of thing for so long. Take someone like Beyonce. She doesn't need controversies or to be in the news all the time because she's popular just on her own. But if you take an influencer, for example, like Tana Mojo, one of the reasons she stayed so relevant throughout the years is because of the outlandish things that she continues to say. People are always clipping her and putting her on drama pages. Same with Trisha Paytas. They're both really intelligent women, and it actually really annoys me when people assume otherwise. They've been in the social media game for so long, and they know how to stay relevant. Jojo is using cringe and controversy to gain an audience of people that wouldn't have listened to her music a year ago. Her new music video has nearly 50 million views, which is insane for a music video in this day and age. Some people may argue, oh, we're only watching her because it's cringe and the trend is to make fun of her. But if that's what you're doing, it's clearly not working. If you just watch Dance Moms or even look at how her mum treats her, you'll see why she's okay with being ridiculed. When you grow up trying to please two psychos and regularly being made fun of by said two psychos and your peers, it will not only give you tough skin, but also give you the inability to feel embarrassed. Some people will say, oh, but not all publicity is good publicity, and whilst I agree with that, I don't think someone that drives a car covered in her own face would feel the same way. I don't think she cares what type of publicity she gets. So all these videos of people talking about her and making fun of her are just giving her what her and her team want, which is attention and opportunities. She's now been invited to perform at multiple different Pride events all across America, and she's about to go on tour, which I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to go to, and I'm sure I'm not alone in that. You can already tell the show is going to be entertaining. You can't lie and say that she's not a good entertainer. You are entertained. By watching videos about her means that you are entertained by her. But none of this would have happened if she didn't make something huge out of this new era. She needed to do something big, and that's exactly what she's done. And we've done exactly what our marketing team wanted, which is to be talking about her, listening to her music, watching her new video. It doesn't matter if it's out of curiosity or just picking it apart. A view is a view. People are laughing at her and not with her, but I can tell you right now that she does not care. Someone like that, you are just fueling her ego and making her want to do more things. And be prepared, because I predict that things are just gonna get more and more extreme from here. Bottom line is, if you have any media literacy at all, you can tell that this is all a calculated act. If you can't see that, then I have no doubt that you're the type of person that thinks these types of videos are real.
Ew, oh, ooh, this, excuse me, this, yeah, this is not your seat. So,
yeah. It's my seat.
No, there's no way this is your seat. Sorry.
1A?
Yeah, I'm 1A.
1B.
No.
That's me.
There's no, sorry. There's no way this is your seat.
It's called rage bait, okay? Please be more aware of it. You would be so shocked to find out how many videos on the internet are fake. Jojo Siwa is not a person, she's a brand, and a successful one at that. She has a huge team of people behind her, guiding her and telling her what to say. I'm so surprised that more people can't see that. She is a multi-million-dollar empire. I also think that we as a society on social media should be looking at things more deeper and more critically, and not just taking the first thing that we see and believing it to be truth. Keep in mind, she hasn't addressed the XOMG pop abuse allegations, and that is what people should be focusing on, not this stupid little dance. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please keep in mind that this is all just my opinion on an outside of marketing standpoint, okay? This is not what I morally think is right. Please remember that, okay? Thank you. Bye!